Are they that much different than a normal pedal? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Watch to the end of this video. I do a ride at a place called Los Robles. It's pretty rocky. It was 85 degrees out. A little miserable, but a good time. Good place to test these pedals out. Attempt to get some rock strikes from these pedals. I'll give you my honest review at the end. Everything that I could think of, you know, people's questions, you know, really what I think of these pedals. This is a fun ride. A couple of my buddies went with me, Pat and Aaron. And if you get a chance, check out my merch. You know, we got hats, we got shirts, we got all that stuff. Links are in the description. So yeah, let's get to the ride and I'll tell you what I think of these pedals. This will be probably my final review for a while. So, all right. Day 3 on the Outlier pendulum pedal and climbing Los Robles Space Mountain. I just experienced that where the pedal spins and you land on the back side, flat side of the pedal. Honestly, the only way I could tell was it was a bit slippery, but that was on a corner, just dismounting and letting my buddies pass me because I'm going way too slow. Other than that, this place does have some rocks, so it'll be a great test for like pedal strikes and stuff like that. Keeping my feet on the pedals. All right, day 3. Day 2, I just did Harmon Canyon again. Pedals are great. One corner I did get into, I slid and realized my toes were like glued to my pedal, so. My foot's stuck! Dude, my foot's stuck on the back and the bike shot forward. Damn. Like it hung on to the pedal. Damn, dude. So sticky. Woo! Other than that, that's a good thing, I guess, right? Let's keep testing them. One other thing I mentioned on that second ride, I don't know if it was my sole of my shoe, memory, whatever you want to call it. I was feeling the hole, the void in that pedal, but only slightly. And that's a good thing. Like it was cupping my foot. So you can see this trail has a lot more rocks. We're going to try to avoid. Like what I was saying about these pedals, they really cradle your foot. And I can feel that void, not in a bad way, like in a cupping way. But your foot knows where it's going to be on these pedals, and it's going to stay. 35 pounds.
How's it weigh?
I know.
It looks heavy.
Yeah, but once you find where you like your foot, that's the difference. What's a temp, dude? 85?
Yeah, probably.
That's insane. There she is.
Oh, you're killing it.
Old school slip-on Vans, no pads, reflectors. Yeah. Hardcore.
What's that?
You want to put your bike there?
I'm going back down.
Oh, okay.
Have a good ride.
Yeah, I keep going on this.
Yeah.
Right. So you just got. Oops, sorry. You just gotta
know where to put your foot.
think about it.
And if you put your foot on wrong, it's like, oh shit.
I try to move it.
Yeah.
It's hard to move it on mine.
Yeah. Most pedals are that way, you know.
These are the best sweatbands ever. I forgot what they're called. Wick or
Wonder Woman.
So
Okay.
It's like 22 bucks for 2. You have to order them like on the guy's website.
Okay. What are they? It has a W on it. I'll look
What
for
is it
it.
called? Wick or Quick or Wick something?
I think wick sounds right, since it's wick and water.
Yeah, and we got to use all our things.
Look at this day. Beautiful.
All done to go back in.
Up here at Los Robles on Space Mountain.
Not anymore. Oh my God.
It's 85 degrees though, I believe. It's hot. All right, here we go. These guys have never been here, so taking it kind of chill. There's a lot of low-hanging branches too, so we made it.
Shit past me. If I knew it was all the way up here. What a terrible day to go sober.
Hottest day of the year. It's gotta be so far.
Might be hotter tomorrow.
Yeah. Pretty much follow The main.
You guys unlocked?
I'm unlocked.
Unlocked.
Okay. All right, Aaron, riding blind. He's never done this trail. Pat behind me, also never done this trail. Hello, one more. All right. You got it. Here's that rock garden right here. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little rowdy. Ah, that shade. Damn, everyone skids into that. Too slippery right here to climb. Okay, what bike are you on? One more, thank you. She heard your bell.
You should have taken it.
I didn't want to cut you. I didn't want to be a dick. Nice. You good, Pat? Sound like I heard him say shit. Hit it. Whoa. What was it? It'll start opening up down here and get a little faster. Not so many switchbacks. It's your first time, so. And this place does get a lot of traffic, so you never know. Pretty good today. So I was supposed to be talking about these pedals, but there's nothing really to say about them other than they're great. I feel locked in. I'm using my brakes less. Haven't hit a pedal yet. Those pedal strikes. There you go. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I can feel that heat still too, man. It's just waves of heat. A lot more rocks than it looks like coming up, huh? Yeah. Jump it, yeah. Yeah, nice. Yes, sir. Whew.
That's brutal, dude.
A little brutal, huh?
Fun, but too hot.
Yeah. Now I know why no one's here, though. It's hotter than heck.
Too hot.
So after this little climb, we'll be up on top, and then we'll take that left into Toads, and we're done.
I'm fucking beat.
Yeah, dude. Every muscle in my body is like done. I don't know.
Yeah, I like can't ride.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
Ride it, bro!
Yeah, that's fucking fun.
Yep. How'd it feel on that bike? Was it rough or not really?
Oh, it was really rough.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How much uphill we got?
Just right here. This little like 100-foot. First time. Nope. Go left at the sign. I'll be right behind you. And then take the first right. Once you get inside, yeah, go right. This is fun. Get in. Okay, yeah, go right at the sign. Yep, that's it. Okay, that drop will be coming up. Right there. That's it. Cool. Right here's one too. So under a minute is like a good. You good? You good? Okay. Under a minute is a good time to beat in here. Yeah, you fucked up already. You got to be like right in the pedal stroke where it's just right. It'll be on your left side. It's like a jump on the left, like on the bank. It's right here coming up. Right there, hit it. That's it. All right. That was fun. Pedals are awesome. Can't say anything bad about them. I did not hit any rocks, no pedal strikes. My feet did not come off the pedals at all. They never bounced me out of the saddle. Just a confirmation that they're awesome. That awesome. All right, we're good, we're done. Okay, this is gonna be the last video, probably in a while, about these Outlier pedals. I just took them for a ride yesterday, my third official ride on them. I took them to Los Robles, Space Mountain, a little bit more rocky, because I really wanted to get a good feel for these pedals on some rocky terrain, to see if it, my feet would stay planted in a rougher area. I wanted to honestly see if I could experience a rock strike on them. These being 165 millimeter cranks, I did not experience any rock strikes. I did experience in a switchback, I was climbing, my back wheel spun, the pedal did spin, and I landed on the backside or the bottom side of the pedal for a brief second. Took my foot off, pedal righted itself, and I felt those pins instantly on my shoe. So not a big deal. I mean, other pedals, you flip, you hit them at an awkward point in their spin, and you feel it when your foot drops back on your pedal. This just felt like the pins disappeared for a second, which was not really a big deal to me. It was like a brief, like half second maybe. I felt the pedal flipped, lifted up my foot, placed my foot right back on the pedal. It was totally fine. Never experienced a rock strike, like I said. But yeah, all I can say about these pedals is nothing but good stuff. Really, the only downside to me is the wait time, if you get on the wait list to order some, and the price. The price is a little high, but you got to look at where these pedals are coming from. Small company, they're not a mass-produced pedal. of course, are going to be a little more pricey, very high quality, so you're paying for that. Some comments that I've had on them are, you know, just straight up, nope. People are, you know, not going to try them. That's totally fine. You know, everyone has their own opinion. Seen some comments saying I'm going to wait for the Temu version to come out. I would never trust something from Temu on my bike unless it's like zip ties or, you know, something that has nothing to do with drivetrain or suspension or anything like that. If someone does, you know, clone these and puts them on Temu or Alibaba or whatever, dude, I would not trust that. No freaking way. You got to get the OG. This is 70-75 aluminum. I didn't mention that in my first videos, but 70-75 aluminum. I guess this is the strongest form of aluminum you can get, like for machining. From what I read, I'm not an expert. Stronger than steel. I think the strength to like snap something like this is like 83,000 psi. So good luck snapping these. People are saying, oh, I'm going to snap those things right away. Good luck, okay? Oversized bearings, the shaft that goes through here. I haven't felt anything like flex from them. I haven't felt like they're not strong and they're not going to support me. I haven't done any like big drops or anything like that or big jumps, but I'm just here to say I'm stoked to have this channel and get to share my knowledge of, you know, unique items like this. Are they for everyone? I wouldn't say so, just because are they that much different than a normal pedal? My Strava times confirm that they are. The feeling that I get when I'm on them, I feel more stable. I'm way better in the cornering. The platform is just solid, super solid. The shape of the pedal, the design of the bottom. I think they're worth it, but are they worth that much more than another, you know, set of decent pedals? I don't know. I don't know. If you're like really into like improving your riding and your Strava times and all that, I would say go for it. They will make you a better rider. You know, so far I've experienced that. Especially if, you know, being on this bike. This bike, you know, I originally put them on my e-bike. And I love this bike, don't get me wrong. I love my e-bike. This bike is fun, but this bike is exciting. They're two completely different animals. This is a downhill bike, a full-on downhill bike. It's a 2015. I've already talked all about this thing. You know, it's got, you know, I put an air shock on the rear so I can lock it out in climbs because this thing, the geometry is not for climbing. I put a dropper post on it, you know. You don't see that on a downhill bike. I put a 12-speed SRAM drivetrain on it. This bike is freaking, it's fun. Super, super, super fun. Not the best climber, but the downhill, it's insane. But I'm glad I put these pedals on this bike because they do have the long 165 millimeter cranks. And you can see on the top of these cranks, they've been chingered up big time in the past, running regular pedals. All right, one more time, close up of them. There's the bottom. You can see no marks on them at all. Same with the other pedal. It's just clean, didn't hit anything. And that little hump right there, that's the one thing that I experienced it. You know, I placed my foot on top of that. And my buddy Pat also, he was like, oh, first time I placed my foot down, he hit this hump. When I look at my foot, when I'm pedaling, my foot is riding, you know, pretty far away from that because these pedals are so wide. Check out that craftsmanship. It's just, they're beautiful. Okay, so a few more things that I thought of. You know, even if you don't run Strava and keep track of your times, these pedals still do make you faster. At least you feel more confident, more stable on the bike. You're definitely less reliant on your brakes. Another question that comes up, you know, for long rides, you know, people say, they're probably uncomfortable because of the void. I've done 3 7-mile rides and it had nothing to do with causing any kind of fatigue on my foot or anything. I never experienced them. If anything, they're comfortable to me, real comfortable. That's, you know, my experience. Are they a game changer? I really can't say if they're a game changer. You know, if you're really into, you know, shaving off a little bit of time and you're into like competing, and me and my buddies, we're always on Strava comparing times and, oh, you know, who got the fastest time? My wife thinks it's funny, but that's why we do it. You know, it's fun. It's fun. you know, competing with your buddies. Yeah, if you're into competition maybe and you're looking for speed and some way to shave off some time, these might do the trick. I don't know if any professionals are using these. I haven't seen anywhere someone's using these, you know, in competition. Maybe they're keeping them a secret. I don't know. You know, are they worth it? I would say if you can afford it, if you have money to spare, maybe if you have a YouTube channel, I would say it's worth it. They're, you know, cool to review, something unique, a unique bike part. It's cool that somebody came, you know, out of the box and designed something completely different. But are they for everybody? You know, other pedals, like I said, good platform pedals, they function awesome. You know, if you're someone that clips in, these are definitely not for you. And another thing, somebody said, you know, you haven't tried them on any jumps, like big jumps or drops or anything like that. And I haven't. You know, I can't say that they're good for bike parks, jumps, big drops, because I'm really not that type of a rider. I prefer fast single track, you know, and a little bit of technical. That's what I prefer. You know, I'm still learning jumps. We do have an area out in Simi Valley where we're building jump lines and stuff. And I just, you know, I'm 52 years old. It takes longer to recover if I crash. Jumps, something I still got to learn. Drops are fun, but, you know, I don't do anything big. You know, I don't want to get hurt. But anyway, I just, you know, was thinking out loud and I'm like, what else can I say about these? And that's my honest review on them. So not for everybody, not really game changers, unless, like I said, maybe you're trying to shave some time. They're expensive. So if you can afford them, if you have some spare change laying around, maybe get them and try them out. But yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. I'm going to keep them on this bike. I might swap into my e-bike. We'll see. But yeah, for now, they're awesome. I love them. And hopefully my experience, you know, sharing it with everyone, that'll help you decide, you know. And if you have experience with these, you know, drop a comment, share your experience, you know, your pros and cons and all that stuff. Because for me right now, they're staying on this bike and I love them. All right, everyone, thanks for watching again and stay stoked. We'll see you on the next ride.